Good morning, and as you may have guessed, I'm back in the UK. So welcome to the first video back across the channel. It's been 2 weeks, I think, since I got back, but quite literally, this is the first time I picked up the camera, and that's because, as you would have seen from the videos on the continent, I was so happy, so free. It was so warm. And I've come back here and it's none of those things, and it's taken me just a couple of weeks to adjust to what this is now, but also, as I've hinted and alluded to in the last couple of videos, this is now a new phase. This video is going to be slightly different, but so is my way of van lifing for the next few months. And that's because I've got a job. It's not a fantastic job in the sense of it's a big earner or anything like that. I'm not interested. But what it is I'm helping a family out on a very small bespoke glamping site in the Cotswolds. So for about 3 days a week I'll just be doing the normal sort of campsite jobs, a bit of cleaning, bit of mowing, carrying logs around, restocking tents, etc., and just chilling out. And there were a couple of reasons for taking this on. Firstly, I want to know if I can settle for a little bit and whether that actually helps or hinders this journey. Also, I want to, rather than use my own money and dip into savings and all the rest of it, I want to see if I can make this life pretty much self-sustainable, financially anyway. And just to show that, you know, if you're willing to put in some hours and change your ways and views and all the rest of it, not that I'm trying to be preachy, you do whatever you want to do out there, this is for me only, but kind of in a reflective tone. But yeah, I just want to see if it's possible, and whether, you know, it's easy enough for other people to follow suit, and if you want to get into this way of life or anything like that, that these job opportunities are out there. Yeah, there's so much erosion along this bank. Be interested to know actually how far this has receded since I used to come here as a kid. I used to come down here rabbiting, fishing, just walking, hanging out, much in school. Very much my playground as a youngster. And yeah, just to say where we are, we're on the River Usk, walking upwards or westwards towards Llanweneth and Llangriney, a little bit further on. Well, as to my point about erosion, I guess that tells a bit of a tale. The fact that two paths that would have run fairly straight, I should imagine, will pick it up on the other side, across sort of that direction there. And now we've got that, what they call them, oxbows, isn't it, or something, where the river keeps coming around, bending around, and then cuts off some of the land. So you've got some stony bit cut out there. But yeah, very much eaten into the river bank and the land here. But again, this river does suffer an awful lot from flooding here and the Castle Meadows where I'm currently parked. So there are otters in this river, and I have seen them here, as well as many kingfishers. Though sadly not seen any this morning. That's a pity. That there used to be a very, very old-fashioned orangery, and it was beautiful, single paned, a little bit rough around the edges, but yeah, it was such a stunning place. Right, we're going to turn around here. Basically, the end of the walk, or the riverside walk, is at the top end of that little field there. But we've been going about an hour 40 and just over 6 kilometres. So I think what we'll do, we'll head back. It'll be time to eat then, having gone 12. And yeah, get stuck into the next video, I think. Go away, you dirty wet dog. Oh, fish on. And this is why I don't do these kinds of shots. I've got to fucking set it up, walk back and forth, and it's just a pain in the arse. There you go. And for anyone that's interested, that little house, little on the screen, big in person, is the new house of Richard Hammond. Hammond the hamster from Top Gear fame. Yeah, he's recently moved to the area and yeah, seems to be settling in okay. Good morning. Right, we're on our way to Cheltenham for, I was going to say a job interview. It's not really, it's more an informal chat. We've been discussing stuff over Messenger and WhatsApp. So this is just sort of like go meet the family, meet each other, see if it still fits and looks good. And there's scope to be starting the job early as well. So it's all, I'm actually quite excited by it, which is bizarre. You know, as I said, I've not worked for 6 years, and this is just, you know, on the surface, an easy little job. It's a little bit exciting. It's different, and as I say, it allows me to stay put for a few months, which, having just filled up in Abergavenny with the fuel prices, I think staying put is exactly what my pocket needs. Bloody hell, 192 a litre, I think, for diesel. I put in 100 quid, I've still not even filled a tank, and I was over a quarter when I started. But there we go. Such is the way of the world at the moment. Anyway, I'll let you know how it goes when I finish. As the excitement of starting this new chapter began to settle, another thought crept in. For the past 16 months I've been free to move whenever I wanted. New roads, new views, new places to wake up. Now, for the first time in a long while, I'm choosing something different. A routine, a place to stay, a reason not to turn the key and drive away. and I can't help wondering what that will feel like. Maybe that's what this summer is really all about, finding out whether I've become someone who needs the road or simply someone who appreciates it more each time they return to it. Perhaps the value of freedom isn't measured by how often we move, but by knowing we still can. Right, so we're here at the glamp site. You can't see it, and I'll give you a full tour when I come back in a couple of weeks to start properly. We've got like toiletry blocks and a communal room down there, and you've got a safari tent just over there, communal picnic tables, you've got a safari tent just up there, and then you've got this, I don't know, couple of acres, which is for 2 bell tents and a yurt. And that's it. Amazing, so much space and freedom for everyone that comes here. This is absolutely, what an amazing opportunity. So glad I reached out to these guys. Lovely couple. And yeah, I can't wait to get stuck in actually. So I'm here for 4.5 months, I think. Park wherever I want. And behind me, up that way there, there's a big massive field, and I can just have all that. So yeah, spoilt for choice really. Yeah, anyway, right, that's us. Molly loves it here. My god, the pheasants and squirrels we've already seen. She'll be in her element. Anyway, let's go get some food, let's shoot off, do a bit more van admin. I need to buy a few things before I come back, and then we'll get settled in. Looking at Molly, I can't help wondering if she needs this as much as I do actually. After 16 months of new places, new walks and new smells, maybe it's time she had a chance to settle for a while also. Mind you, judging by the number of squirrels and pheasants around here, I'm not sure settling down is quite what she'll have in mind. Up until this point, all my 240 volt needs have been taken care of by the EcoFlow. So it was good for Reece to come up and help me, when I say help me install, actually he installed everything and I just watched. And that's pretty much how this partnership worked. But he did an amazing job, and this is where OCD comes into its own, because everything had to be millimetre sharp. And very thankful for him and his experience coming to do this. And he worked on into the night, knowing that it was important that everything was finished, ready for me to head off to the glamp site in Cheltenham. Well, good evening. I'm down the river with Molly and watching our last sunset here at the park up I've been using. We're off to Cheltenham tomorrow to start the job. I'm not working really until Thursday, but I want to get there early, settle in, and just get a feel for the place and get Molly settled in too. Yeah, not done much filming here, I've got to be honest. A couple of walks up a river and the canal and stuff like that, but mainly I've just been chilling out and thinking about what to do next, how that's going to work, and yeah, just connecting back with family and friends. Right, change of scenery today for the dog walk. And that's the dairy, and that mountain there figured heavily in growing up and my childhood. It's where I went when I skived school. It's, well, just this very spot here used to be popular for camping, because I lived, well, just beyond those trees there by about a couple hundred metres. And so yeah, I thought I'd just, before I head off to Cheltenham later in the day, I thought I'd just come and walk here. Even here in the very low first field, the views are starting to open up. And actually, if you go up and over the Derry and walk down the back spine of it, you'll come to the Sugarloaf. It's a really lovely walk. And if you do the Sugarloaf over there, the Blorange, well, that's the little Skirrid. The big Skirrid's that way a little bit, which I'll show you later. Then that's the Three Peaks Challenge, which is a known running route and trail route around Abergavenny. There you go, and that's the big Skirrid. So in relation to everything else, little Skirrid, Blorange, Sugarloaf over there, behind that one, but only a couple of kilometres. I tell you what, it staggers me. Not the views, not the location, but that some filthy, dirty scumbags will just come up here camping and leave a load of shit behind. I mean, why would you do that in such an area? Right, apologies for any wind noise, but to finish it off, Holy Mountain, or Big Skirrid Var, Sugarloaf, and as mentioned earlier, the Blorange just there in a bit of mist. Alright, time to head back down. Let's go and get a coffee. Good afternoon. Right, we're on our way. We're going to Cheltenham. It's Tuesday. I'm not working until Thursday, but I thought I'd go up late this afternoon, to get settled in, settle myself and Molly in, have all day tomorrow to walk around the place and go and do a little bit of exploring, see what's there for the weeks ahead, and then we'll start proper then on Thursday. And yeah, I'm really excited. As I say, it's going to be very different. I've not worked for 6 years and all the rest of it, but I'm sure it'll be a doddle. As I said, the owners seem very nice, and so yeah, it'll be a relaxed but hard-working affair, I should imagine. Anyway, catch you when I get there. And with that, I'll bring this episode to a close. Do join me next week, where we get stuck into all the pre-season work so that the site is prepared ready for opening. And until then, do take care. Thank you ever so much for watching and supporting. And until the next time, bye bye.